Hello and welcome to another video on Ark Survival Evolved. Today I want to show you the lava cave. This is in the southeast of the island and you can get the artifact of the Massive in this cave. I'm going to show you how to get there. I'm also going to tell you what you should probably have with you if you want to go to this cave. So yeah, let's get started, and also I can show you on the map about where the location is as well. So let's start off with that. Let's have a look on the map. It's always blurry at first, sorry. Hello. Okay, that's really helpful. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's all the way on the southeast side of the island. It's pretty easy to find. And what do I have with me? Well, of course, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I definitely like using a wolf in the caves. But apart from that, of course, what else do I have with me? Well, the normal tools and stuff. I have 2 crossbows with me, one of them equipped with grappling hooks, because, well, it's not 100% necessary. You can jump it, which is probably what I'll do. It depends on how it looks down there. If there's enemies on the plateau where the artifact is, then I probably will use a grappling hook, and otherwise you can make the jump. It's just maybe a bit more risky, of course. If you really don't want to risk falling in the lava, then grappling hooks are a great way to make sure of that in this cave. This is only for the part of the cave where you get the artifact. The rest of the way, you know, it's not really a problem. You can make most of the jumps, I think, especially if you're on the wolf. And so I have my ghillie suit on, and this is really helpful because it keeps you cool, and of course it's really hot in the lava cave. If you don't have a ghillie suit, however, you can also make this, which is a soup that you can consume, and it also keeps you cool, and it lasts 15 minutes, so you may need more of these if you are coming without a ghillie suit. It is possible, and of course take extra water with you as well if you do, just in case. What I also think is important, if you do go with a mount, for example, I also normally have stims with me, but yeah, I also instead have some stim berries. But yeah, of course, if your wolf happens to get, you know, stung by a lot of things like scorpions and spiders, and it may need a few stims, then yeah, it's good to have those on you. And yeah, what you also can bring with you, which I don't have with me today, because I'm hoping, of course, that I don't have this problem because I'll be on my wolf, but the lesser antidote is also a good thing to have with you, as you can contract mega rabies from the bats, for example, if they bite you, and that basically slowly kills you. So if you do have that, bring that with you too, especially if you're not going on a mount, because like I said, on the wolf I'm less likely to actually be hit by the bats itself. They kind of attack the wolf instead, so normally it's pretty safe. But yeah, so otherwise have that with you, the lesser antidote. So anyway, let's go inside. So as you go in, first of all you just follow the way down. There's not enemies directly. And you get to this area here, but there's only really one way to go, down this little path. And then you'll see on the left this flowing lava. Don't go that way. So then you go to the right over here, and there starts to be the first kind of batch of enemies. That bat was kind of far up actually. But yeah, so as you can see, we have scorpions, we have bats, there's spiders as well, there's also dilos. So far I haven't seen anything like megalanias, so I'm not quite sure if those are in this cave. So after this part, this is kind of important because it's definitely handy to go take a look at this and go the way that I'm suggesting, because I think it's easier to get to the artifact this way. So when you come to this part, you can I kind of even miss it sometimes, but yeah, you can go to the right over here, or you can go down to the left. By the way, let's see if there's one. Now there isn't one there, but sometimes over there, there does spawn a loot crate. So yeah, if there is one there and you want to go for it, then of course go for it. But if you're going for the artifact, I really suggest going to the right here. So when you go to the right, you get to this area. There's also a loot crate over there where you can kind of see some enemies, but you have to jump there. So it's a bit risky, but you know, if you want to, then you know, go ahead. Or if you have grappling hooks, or if you're just not too scared to make the jumps or whatever, just keep in mind that there's enemies right over there. But otherwise, you follow this little ledge around the edge, and you go here. This way, it's, you know, leads to the same place. You keep going down, and you come to this part over here. Here, you can jump this probably too, I think. Although, yeah, you can always bring some building materials like we have done here and just add a little bridge, so, you know, it's even safer for you. And then over here, we're gonna go down. And at this part, let me just kill this guy. Or you can go actually both ways. So let's see, we just came down this part. So you can go straight ahead over there, or you can also go down here. And I think I'm going to suggest that you go this way, as this is also the way you need to go back. Because otherwise, if you go a different way back upwards, you have to make jumps where the part you're jumping to is higher than you are. So unless you have a grappling hook, then and you don't have a mount with you, that's okay. But if you do have a mount with you, and you know, wolves can jump pretty far ahead of themselves, but not too high up. So in that sense, you know, this way is just definitely safer on the way back, so you don't have to do any weird jumps and stuff like that and risk falling into the lava. So I would suggest going down this way, and if you hadn't been here before, there is two notes. There are two notes down here as well, so that's an extra benefit if you go this way. So look how easy this wolf is killing them all. It's no problem at all. Yeah, come here. Be careful in these parts. Don't go too fast so you don't suddenly jump into the lava or something. Oh, hello, spider. Alright. Webbed. Oh, there's another scorpion there. So, when we get into this area, of course, get rid of the enemies. So, to the left here, there's one note over there on the edge. Be careful. Oop, like me, don't fall in. And there's another one over here as well. So that's the 2 in 1. Anyway, so if we continue around this way, so we just came from that path down there, and we come here, and then we continue through this little tunnely bit. Oh, falling from the sky. And more falling from the sky, alright. Are there gonna be more coming from the walls? Or is it just... What? Where did they all come from? See, for example, now I may give my wolf a few stims, just in case. So yeah, anyway, then you come to another section here, and this is, you know, that you would have come down from a different direction. But, so we just go to the left. We don't need to go back up yet, we're kind of heading downwards. And to the left again. And yeah, there's normally enemies definitely around this part. So... Oh. A scorpion. Oh, some more spiders. And look at them, they're just flying from the ceiling. And I still... Okay, there's still more. Are they all gone, or are they coming? Because, you know, I'd rather have them dead before I carry on. So, when you get here... Oh, there's another one. Well, you can already see that glowing blue artifact over there. So, this way you don't really need to go that way. Well, I'm not sure. I think I have been that way before, but yeah, it doesn't, if you just go into the artifact, I think it takes you to some other area with some plateaus. I'm not sure if there's anything special there. And this part, we also, again, we built a kind of bridge for ourselves to make it easier. So you can do that if you bring some materials along. Or, yeah, like I said, you can jump it. If you are going to jump this part, I would probably leave my wolf over there. And otherwise, like, because I can get here, I leave it here. I don't want to risk taking it across there. And that is because I have tried that, and they ended up in the lava because they couldn't, like, jump high enough on the way back or something like that. So, yeah, that's why I'd rather leave it here. So over that way, as you can see, there's some more enemies, and maybe, I don't know, I'm not quite sure too much what's in that area, if there's any drops or nodes or anything. Maybe there's possibly a node there. But so, the artifact. So this part, you can jump this, and I would suggest doing it on this section here, because across there is the lowest kind of part on the plateau, and if you try to, you know, you may kind of glitch with the rocks otherwise when you jump. So I normally do it like across this part if I jump, or like I've said, you can use a grappling hook. I don't really see any enemies over there, though apparently they can appear from the wall, so you can also do this, use your grappling hook, and yeah, pick up the artifact. There you go. So yeah, that's like a safe way to do it. You can also, of course, probably grapple back. At the moment, I think I'm just gonna jump it. Oh, I hope this doesn't go badly. So let's see. Glare there, but yeah. So yeah, there you go. You can jump it if you are willing. So there you go. That was pretty easy. If you follow these directions, like, you'll find it perfectly. It can be a bit confusing in this cave. But to go back anyway, it's basically the same way. So after you've crossed, you know, the plateaus there, you go up to the left. And then here, you can go up that way, but like I said, it's easier to avoid weird jumps with your wolf, or, you know, that are more risky if you go this way, back to where those two nodes were. And then up here, oh, okay. Glitching into the wall. And as you can see, there's also a loot crate over there. So if you're also willing to risk going over there, then be my guest, of course. I'm sure it's probably possible, maybe with jumping very carefully, or also using a grappling hook, possibly. To be honest, I guess the loot crates kind of spawn in different places, so I haven't seen one spawn over there before, so that's new to me. But yeah, so I haven't even tried like getting that one over there, but maybe it would be worth it. It is yellow, so yeah, then we can continue up here, and then we go round to the right, up to this little plateau. Be careful here, so that you're not going too fast and fly off there. And yeah, so we continue up, and here where we made our little bridge before. And yeah, then we come back to this, oh, glitching. We come back to this area, where you kind of follow the little ledge around. And yeah, as I mentioned, there is sometimes also a loot crate over there where those enemies are. And then we go round to the left and go up, and that leads you out of the cave. And so, like I said, this intersection is probably the most important. Like I said, you will get there if you go that way, but I think it has more risky jumps and stuff like that. I think even more enemies on that direction. So I always just suggest going right at this kind of intersection here. Yeah, so let's get out of here. And see, that was that big sheet of lava that we went by. So yeah, and in this part you kind of just go up here to the left. And there we go. So, yeah, that was pretty easy, right? You can do it solo. You can do it with a wolf. Like I said, you could probably also do it with some other mounts like a saber, or maybe even a, what is it, a philo? I'm not sure if they fit. Maybe they do fit. They probably do fit in this cave, but I haven't tried that myself yet. Oh, look at all this stuff. Stupid. By the way, yeah, I tend to turn off the resource harvesting when I'm doing this because, of course, making sure that there's already enough meat for the wolf in there. Because, yeah, otherwise you end up just picking up so much stuff and having to kind of empty your your inventory all the time. So that's also kind of helpful to do. But yeah, guys, easy. And like I said, this wolf here has, let's see, nearly 12k health and over 1500 melee. But probably you would be fine with about 10k and about 1000 melee even, or just a bit over 1000 melee, something like that. You would probably still be fine doing this cave solo if it's not these kind of stats, because yeah, this guy is pretty, yeah, he's doing pretty well with his stats. So anyway, yeah, so that was a lava cave. I hope it was helpful. I hope some of the tips were useful. Oh, and I hope you can see that, yeah, it's really easy to do. You don't need too much stuff with you. I mean, I have medical brews with me. I didn't even need them. The wolf itself hardly received any damage at all. And yeah. And like I said, the ghillie suit really does well at keeping you cool. I didn't even have to drink once, and my water level is still pretty high up. And I don't have that many points in water either. So anyway, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video.